Hey from New York City. I'm actually here at my sister's apartment. I was just with a client in New York yesterday and I got a couple days to visit with my sister. And I thought, what better time than visiting family to talk about how do we avoid conflict with teenagers? The first step in avoiding conflict with teenagers is just don't fight with them. To whatever extent possible, don't argue with a teenager because it's just uncomfortable. Nobody's happy when you fight with a teenager. So first, just try to avoid it. Instead of fighting with them, when you have to argue with them or let them know that they've let you down, reframe it. Instead of a fight, let them know that they've broken an agreement. Well, you agreed to keep your grades up so that we will continue to provide you with an allowance or access to the car or pay your phone bill. Let them know that this family is a relationship and they're not owed anything, but they do these things in exchange for you doing these other things for them. Reframe it. Instead of a fight, it's just a broken agreement. Next, when you are in the middle of an argument or a fight with your teenager, find something that you can agree on. Even if the agreement is as remedial as, well, I think we can agree that we both don't want to be fighting about this anymore, that we both want to come to a conclusion about this. Find some middle ground. Research shows that when one person can express that there's some commonality, some agreement, even within the conflict, it helps both parties feel more willing to meet in the middle. And finally, resist the urge to depersonalize your teenager. When you're fighting with a teenager, I know it can feel compelling to say things like, well, you're just saying this because you're young and all teenagers are selfish or all teenagers think they're the center of the universe, whatever it is. But when you're saying those things, when you lump your teenager into all the other teenagers in the world, what you're actually doing is depersonalizing them. And scientists have proven that when we depersonalize our partner in conflict, that person is much less likely to want to agree with us in the future. And then we are actually the ones escalating the conflict. When we depersonalize the other person, the conflict escalates, and that's our fault. That's because of us. So don't depersonalize your teenager or treat them like any other angry teenager. Remember that this is your child, this is a person, and they're upset. And the more you can remember and resist the urge to depersonalize, the better that conflict is going to go. Fighting with teenagers is never fun, but you can make it less of a pain if you follow these 3 steps to reduce the conflict.